Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my complete PHP playlist where you can find all PHP related videos. So whether you are a beginner or want to enhance your skill, then you can follow this playlist till the end. It will surely improve your skills. So if you haven't bookmarked this playlist till now, then you can bookmark this by clicking here so that you can find all videos easily. So in the last video, currently we are working on student management system project, and in the last video we saved the student form data into the MySQL database using PHP. So in this video what we are going to do is we will display the stored data, like we will display the list of the students who have submitted their forms using tables in the HTML. So for that you should have the knowledge how to connect with the database using PHP, which I showed in this lecture 23. So I will be using the same database which I used in 23-24. So to watch these videos before coming to this video. So let me start. So I am inside htdocs folder. Make sure your XAMPP is running, XAMPP, Apache and MySQL, because we will be using the XAMPP MySQL as well. And I am creating all student management system related files inside this folder, student management system. So I will open this folder with VS Code. Let me create a new file. This will be student list.php. So we will be showing the student list in the form of a table. So I will be using Bootstrap to create a table which looks good. So let me show it how to use Bootstrap to create a table. So don't worry if you don't know how to use Bootstrap. I will tell you like in this video. So first of all, go to Google and type Bootstrap. So this website will come. Then click on Get Started with Bootstrap. So it is loading. Now inside introduction, to use the Bootstrap, we have to include the Bootstrap first, and after that we can use it. So what we have to do is just come below, and like there is a include Bootstrap CSS and JS code already there. So you just have to copy it and paste it inside student list.php. So we have included the Bootstrap into our PHP file. So now what we have to do is we will use Bootstrap table. So let me show how to use tables as well. Like there are already inbuilt components, lots of component inside Bootstrap. So we need table to show the student listing. So we will go to that content section, and inside content there is a section for tables. So I will click on it. So this is one of the simple tables, this looks good. So this is totally fine for our student listing. So we will be using this format. So this is the code for this table. Let me copy it, and inside body we will place our table. Let me remove this heading, hello world, and I have placed table. So let us add a nav bar as well. There is a header in the lots of websites. So let us check where the navbar or header is there. Like so you can see that in the components there is a section named navbar. So let me pick any navbar as of now. Like let me pick this first one. So I will copy this code of navbar and simply paste it. If you want navbar, then you can use it. If you don't want, then there is no need. Like it is just to make website look beautiful. So let us check how it is looking right now. Then if it is fine, then we will continue with our student listing. This is our student list.php. So inside htdocs, our project folder is student management system, and inside student management system our file name is student list.php. So if I type this URL and hit enter, then you can see that there is a navbar, and below this navbar there is a table. So let us make some changes. Okay, fine. We don't uh, need much styling as of now. Our main focus is to show student listing. So we will continue to show the student listing using the tables below. Like so there is a table, so with the columns. So first one is hash, first, last, handle. So like we will check our student form, and we will add our column headings as per the fields in the database. Like if I go to database, student db, then there is a table student info. So you can see that the field are name, email, phone, age, gender, course. So we will add this name, email, phone. Column name should be name, email, phone, gender, and name, email, phone, gender, age, and course. Let me copy it. Age, and then course. Oh, we will keep up one more column for action, which we will use later in our upcoming videos. Like to if we want to edit information, or if we want to delete the student record, then we will be using some actions. So these are the our main columns. Okay, let us add a heading as well before this table. It will be h1. So we will write like student list, and let me prepare dummy data as per that. Like name is Mark, this is for name, First we will add one dummy row, and after that we will fetch the rows from database to populate. So let me show it by adding dummy row. Like, so inside table row we will add table data. So first field is name, like Ram, and then ram@gmail.com, and then phone number, and then there will be gender, like let me copy it. Let it is M, or we can write male as well, whatever you want. This is dummy data. And then age, or like age is 20. Then there is a course, like HTML, and then there is action, which will be empty for now, like okay. So this is the dummy row, and let me remove this row. Let us check whether it is working fine. So you can see that I have added one row as of now, and it is looking fine. So now what we will do is, instead of using this dummy data, we will fetch the data from the database, and then we will show this list. So let me show it. Like we have already seen in the previous videos that how to connect with database. So this is the code to connect with database basically. So we will be using the same code to connect with the database and fetch the data. So we have to give the server name, username, password, DB name. So if you haven't watched the previous video, then please watch the previous video on how to connect with the database. So we will be using the same code. So this is our database .php file. So now, so in this student list.php, we want to use that database.php file. So we will use like include database.php. So we have to use this PHP function. So we will start a PHP script there, and then close it here. So we have included our database, like spelling should be correct, and database A is missing there. Since we want to connect with the database, we have to include this database.php file, or you can copy the code of database.php file here as well. So it is similar, like if you copy this code here as well, then also it will work. But the best practice is to like keep the database connection file in a separate one, and then include this file where we need this. So now, like this is the connection where we will get the database connection. We will be using the same. Now what we have to do is, we have to fetch the records. So in order to fetch the records, so what we will do is, like we have to write a query $SQL, select star from. So you can see that like our table info in the database, table name is student info, so we will use the same table, student underscore info. So this is the query to fetch all the records. And now to execute that query, we will be use MySQLi query. So dollar result MySQLi query, like we have to pass the connection here, so which is dollar $con, and then so you have to check like in this file you are using on, so same you have to pass here. And after that you have to pass the query. Okay, so this MySQL query function will execute the query and will return the resource object in the result. So now inside our table, what we have to do is, let me come to table first. So this is a table. Like instead of using this dummy records, we will fetch this data from the database. So let me show it. Like first we will check if number of records in the result is greater than 0. Only then we will be able to show the data, or else we can show the message like no records found. So to check this, we will start a PHP script there, and we will end this script like here. So what we will be doing is, we will first check if the number of records like in the result is greater than 0. So there is a function MySQLi num rows. On dollar result we have to pass, if number of rows is greater than 0, it means there are records. So we will print the data. If else, suppose there are no records, then we will simply echo like we will use a tr, and inside this there will be a table data td col span equals to like how many columns are there, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So there are 7 columns, so we will simply give col span 7, means in all the 7 columns we will write a message like no records found. Okay, so this is the case when there are no records in the database. So if there are records are found, we will iterate using while loop, like while row is equal to, like this result is a resource object, so we have to extract one row from row one by one from this result. So we will use MySQL fetch a soak function. Fetch a soak function is there, and we will pass a result there. So this function will return one row at a time, and while we are getting row, we will print it. So what we will simply do, we will be using same tr, but this is like this is PHP and not plain HTML, so we have to use echo. Like first we will echo this tr, and after that for the name we will echo like td starting close dot, there will be a name, and dot is used for concatenation by the way, and after that td closing, and this name will come from database row like dollar row of. So you have to use the same keys which are inside table, like name, everything is small, simply name, make sure it is same, and similarly copy it. You can cut this to print email, and again copy it. Now the third column is phone. So for phone we are simply writing phone, email, age, gender. So spelling should be same, like I am checking spelling here. Phone, and for email phone, now the gender, now the age, then course, now action is empty as of now, so we'll simply keep it empty string. Okay, so in this way, like you are iterating on the results here, and you will get a result one by one in this row. Inside this row will be basically an associative array where keys will be the same, which are the database column names, and if you write row of name, then you will get the name of current record. Email will fetch the email of the current record. Similarly, other fields will fetch the detail from the current record, and this loop will continue until all the records are fetched. So this will print all the records. So let me remove this spaces extra. So this is our while loop, and we have closed it now. And we have to give colon here as well. So now let us check whether it is printing the records in the right way or not. So we have to close the connection as well at the end, like once all the records are printed, and at the end we will simply close the connection. MySQLi close dollars, or we can write this at the end as well. So this operation is performed like using a separate PHP script. Like it is your choice, you can write it here. Question mark PHP. At the end we will close the connection. So let us check whether the details are now coming from database or not. In database there are three records, basically Ram, Rajesh and Rohit. So these three records should come instead of this one that we created earlier using dummy data. So let me refresh the page. So now you can see that like now the details are coming from the database, like Ram, Rajesh, Rohit. So if I add one more, like using the student creation form, let me add one more and show it, like inside localhost, means inside htdocs. So our project is student management system, and student registration form file name is student form.php. Like I have missed the T here. So this is a student form. Let me add one more student and check whether it is coming into the list or not. So I will add Virat here, and Virat at the rate gmail.com, then phone number 6 7 8 9 10 digits, and then age 35, male, course PH. Suppose Virat is learning PHP. So let me submit it. So hi Virat, welcome to our website. So now the Virat details are also saved. So if I refresh the this listing page, Virat details should also come to this list page. So now you can see that Virat has also been added to the list. So in this way, we can fetch the data from the database and show it to the tables. So what are the basic steps? Let me go through it once. So you have to include the database.php file, or you can copy the code here as well. Like it is your choice, but it is the best practice to keep database file separate. Now you need a query to fetch the records from the student info table. So in order to execute the query, there is a inbuilt function in PHP, MySQLi query, where you have to pass the database connection and then as SQL query. So result will be a resource object which is stored inside this result. Now comes to the table. First I created the dummy records, like to show you how the table looks. So like this is a good way to start with the dummy record first, and after that I changed the data inside. Like this is a table format which we copied from the Bootstrap, and we are using this format exactly same. So what I did is was I just added the columns inside the table head, table row, and the columns are added inside table head and table row using th tag. After that, data is added inside table body using td tags, tr and td tags. So what I did is, like, if number of records is greater than 0, then we can print the records. And since resource result is a resource object, so it is not a direct array, so we will use MySQL fetch assoc, which will return one row at a time, and we will process one row. So while there are records, this loop will continue to run. So for each record, what we are doing is, like, we are printing its name, email, phone, gender, age, course, and we are using this tr and td tags to ensure that it gets printed in a tabular form. So in this way you can show the student list using PHP. So at the end we close the MySQL connection. So if there are no records found, then we will simply display the message like no records found. So this is how you show student saved data into the list using Bootstrap and PHP. So thank you for watching the video, and if you find the video useful, like the video and subscribe the channel.